When it comes to algae treatments, you have two sizes. The one on the top would be the small one on the bottom would be your bigger one. The small one would be used for any application for 1, 2, or 3 ton units, while the bottom will be used for 4 ton and 5 ton applications. The reason behind that, the smaller the unit, the less condensation. The bigger the unit, the more the condensation. If you ever run out of big algae treatments, you can obviously use a small one. So, how often should you replace these? These ones should be replaced once a year or once per cooling season. So they will last typically about 6 months. What we suggest is getting them taken care of right before the cooling season starts. Now, we have seen applications where homeowners do have to replace them every 6 months just because they prefer using their AC a little bit more than the average user. So let's look how to install them. First of all, you would remove the plastic around them. Plastic around them is removed. So your algae treatment will look something like this. Let's move over to an air handler and see how we would install that. Right here, we have a 3 ton air handler, so we're gonna go with one of our smaller algae treatments. Now, most of the time, most technicians will be tempted to put the algae treatment in this pan right here. So you take your algae treatment, put it right there, put your panel back on, everything's good to go. Well, this is what will actually happen. As this coil starts sweating during the summer months, this pan will get full of water. Eventually, that algae treatment is gonna get lifted and slowly pushed down because there's a slope here till it goes right here. So let's see, do we have these open on purpose? As you can tell, that algae treatment is blocking both of your drain lines. Not a good scenario to be in. So let's see if we have any other options. It has to be somewhere where the water hits it, so we cannot put it over here. Don't laugh, I've seen that. So we'll have to put it somewhere on the bottom. If you look to your right, there is a little bit of space right there. If you look to your left, there's a little bit of space there too, but we have this pan blocking it. So what we would suggest is taking this algae treatment, because again, putting it in is step number 1, but then eventually you have to take it out also. So if you put it right there, it gets hit by plenty of condensation. The water trickles down here, treats the pan, and you have no obstructions. Now again, when the time comes to take it out, you can just put your hand in and pull it right out. So please don't just throw it Kobe style back there or LeBron style over there. Just gonna go over here, put it right there, and you'll be good to go. Now, when the time comes to check out the algae treatment, you'll notice when they come out of the bag, they have a little bit of a chemical odor to them, as well as they're pretty squishy. After you've used them for about 6 months, you'll notice that the odor is gone. And if we look at this one right here, you'll see that it's separated in the middle. The odor is no longer there. And listen to this. You see how it cracks? That's an indication that this algae treatment has done its job and given us all it can. It's time to replace it. Quick reminder, algae treatments are not there to unclog drain lines. They're there to protect and to help a clean drain line stay nice and clean. In the case of a box coil, we're going to put the algae treatment also in the pan. And again, we're going to prevent that algae treatment from moving down and blocking our drain lines. So we can put it right on that lip right there. That is typically a good location. Or another good place that we can put it is in the front of the coil, which would be right there. Again, what we're trying to do is prevent that algae treatment of floating down and blocking those two drain lines.